The sneaker market is down bad right now. You've probably noticed. I mean, you've maybe seen sneakers that you thought were going to resell for a bunch of money, potentially even sit on shelves. People are panicking and losing a lot of money, so hopefully after today's video, that is not you. I'm also going to tell you guys how now is potentially a great opportunity for you, so let's dive in. Okay, so I think it's pretty well established why the sneaker market is crashing. I mean, have you seen the gas prices? There is a lot of factors that play into this. I mean, the general inflation of sneaker retail prices has been a huge one. Like, Yeezy 350s no longer retail at £180, they're now £200. The Jordan 1 now retails at £155 compared to £140. Everything's retail price is just going up a little bit. Not to mention the general cost of living in your day-to-day makes it a lot tougher to buy the sneakers that you want and you love. There's also a factor of normalization, the come down after an ultimate high during the pandemic where everything was reselling crazily. Jordan 1 mids, Air Force 1s, any freaking collaboration, it was all just flying and reselling for a bunch of money. But it's a pretty different story now. Jordan 1s are sitting on shelves and potentially you can even get some of them under retail. Even collaborations are struggling to some degree. The sneaker market is not the same as it was just a year ago. So what should you do and how can you not lose money? Well, I know some of you guys watching this are sneaker resellers, some of you are collectors, and I think most of you are casual sneakerheads who like to have a really solid rotation and maybe sell a couple pairs here and there to keep that rotation going. Whatever category you want to put yourself in, selling sneakers now is definitely not as easy as it was. You can't get 50 to 100 pounds profit on every sneaker you buy. In fact, if you're trying to flip sneakers like you did last year, chances are you're probably losing money. Two recent examples from me personally. The first one is the Stussy Air Force 1 mid. I bought these brand new for £117. The person who sold this sneaker probably paid at least £140 including shipping for this pair of sneakers. Not to mention all the fees lost on the actual sale of them, which probably put them out at least £40. Another one I just bought is the Yeezy MNVN Laceless. I paid £145 for that shoe, which including shipping and everything, retail price is at least £185. Now again, including all of the fees of the sale, they're probably down at least £50 to £60. Either these people like losing money or they bought them with the full intention of selling them. They realized the price was down, potentially they couldn't return them, so they just decided to cut their losses. Either you keep the shoe and the value that you put into that shoe, that money is tied up for the foreseeable future. You never know if or when these things are going to go up, so you decide to sell it, take the hit, and it's probably losing you a little bit of money, but hey, at least you get the rest back as cash flow. Now, I grew up shopping sales racks, so finding a good bargain is something I particularly love, and getting a pair of sneakers at a steal of a price, in my opinion, is awesome. Which I recommend to anyone trying to add a few sneakers to their rotation. You know, maybe shop around, because some of these sneakers, buying them at full retail price is even paying too much. Even looking towards slightly used pairs of shoes, those are heavily down bad as well, and you could find people who are trying to cut their losses and you could catch steals over there as well. This also means in order to not be on the other side of this where you get stuck with a sneaker that will only lose you money, you've got to be more cautious on what you buy, especially if you don't have a huge amount of capital to be tied up in sneakers that you're trying to move. Check the return policies with these retailers before you buy them, and that way if you do end up losing money on this pair of shoes, at least that could be your final option, just to send them back. Now if you're someone who's got a big inventory of sneakers that you're trying to move, my best advice for you is to be patient. There is a silver lining, and if you can see through these rough patches, there is a very high chance that things start going back up in the future. As with anything, there's ups and there's downs, and this could potentially even pay off in your favor if you just be patient and don't panic. Personally, I would stay away from big investments into sneakers right now as well. It may be easy to look at the market right now and be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy up a bunch of pairs of Jordan 1s and sit on them until they go back up in price. But like with anything, this carries significant risk. There's so many variables that could change when it comes to sneakers. It all lines up with what's trending as well. Like the Jordan 1 was and is to some extent an on-trend sneaker. But how long does that last? And when do people move on from rocking Jordan 1s onto the next trend? Either way, these are all just things to consider when you're adding up your risk factor. What kind of variables should you include into your particular situation? But they are all valid. I think it's a great time for casual sneakerheads or even someone new to the sneaker game being able to build up your sneaker collection or your rotation. Bargain hunting, catching steals and deals, it is all part of the fun, it is all part of the sneaker game. And get back to appreciating what we have. Things are slowing down, so it gives us the opportunity to really take the time to enjoy the sneakers that we just bought instead of moving straight on to the next one. But guys, that is pretty much all I have for you today. I would love to know your opinion on this topic and your insight into it. Appreciate everyone who has subscribed to the channel. Every subscription keeps an extra light on in my house, so thank you so much. Thank you for coming through, hanging out for yet again another video. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one, but until then.